For every top WWE superstar that wins every match, there's one lower level wrestler who constantly loses, and those guys are known as jobbers. Of course, these guys are never supposed to win matches against higher level opponents, but on a few occasions, they have done the impossible. Here are 10 times jobbers defeated top WWE superstars. Remember the Genius? Most of you probably won't, but he was the real-life younger brother of Macho Man Randy Savage. He really wasn't all that special as an in-ring competitor, but he did manage to pull off a big win over Hulk Hogan in 1989. After having Mr. Perfect hit Hogan with his championship belt, the Genius crawled back into the ring to beat the Hulkster by countout, to the dismay of nearly everybody watching. The winner of the original Tough Enough competition, Maven, was thrust into a short feud with The Undertaker after shockingly eliminating him from the Royal Rumble. After that, Maven would defeat Undertaker in an actual one-on-one match. Back in 2002, Maven, through the help of interference by The Rock, both defeated Undertaker and won the Hardcore Championship in one fell swoop.
No way! Hardcore title on the line! Here's the cover! There we go!
Mark Jindrak wasn't a nobody, but when compared to Eddie Guerrero, he just didn't measure up. When Eddie was at the peak of his career in 2004, Jindrak and Eddie, a former WWE champion, faced off on SmackDown. Jindrak would go on to actually defeat Eddie in this match, after receiving outside help from Luther Reigns and Kurt Angle. Despite the interferences, nobody expected Mark to defeat one of WWE's most popular superstars in Eddie Guerrero. It's always a big deal when Hulk Hogan loses, especially when it's not somebody of main event caliber. During his WCW run, Hulk Hogan began a feud with Billy Kidman. After hearing Kidman badmouth him, Hulk showed up to the ring to face him in a match. Hulk originally began beating on the Cruiserweight, but after Eric Bischoff turned on Hulk and hit him with a chair, Billy pulled off the surprise win. The most recent entry on this list, James Ellsworth, pulled off a huge upset when he defeated AJ Styles on SmackDown. James began his WWE career as a jobber. In fact, he was one of the best jobbers in recent years, which is why WWE kept him around. However, it turns out the company had some other plans for him, and eventually had James defeat the WWE champion on 3 separate occasions. Yes, he was helped by Dean Ambrose, but 3 wins over Styles is nothing to scoff at. Back in 2002, Ric Flair made his return to WWE and had a pretty awesome run. During the start of that run though, Ric faced off with Rico, a jobber whose gimmick was that of a homosexual stylist, which in that time was seen as a joke. Shockingly, Rico would defeat the legend cleanly. This was a huge surprise to everybody, but thankfully it served a greater purpose. This was used by Triple H to persuade Flair to join him, which eventually led to the creation of Evolution. Gillberg was the Attitude Era equivalent of James Ellsworth, a superstar who was quite popular and well liked, but was first and foremost a jobber. As part of the Job Squad, Gillberg would shock the world when he defeated Christian on Raw to become the light heavyweight champion. What's even more surprising is that Gillberg would go on to hold this title for a record 15 months, but mostly because he never defended it. Orlando Jordan famously jobbed to Chris Benoit at WrestleMania when he was defeated in 23 seconds, but he did have his moments in his career. Most notable was back in 2005, when Jordan defeated the ultra-popular John Cena for the United States Championship. Orlando was relatively unknown at that time, which made the fact he cleanly beat one of wrestling's biggest stars even more surprising. Before he was X-Pac, Sean Waltman was known as the 1-2-3 Kid. He was a relatively new wrestler and honestly didn't look like much, which made it all the more surprising when he defeated Razor Ramon on Raw in 1993. Ramon was already well established and was clearly the superior athlete on paper, but the Kid rolled up Razor for the win before quickly escaping the ring in victory, jump-starting his career. The Hurricane was the very definition of a jobber. He actually wasn't horrible in the ring and his gimmick was unique to say the least, but he was never going to be a top star. During the infamous rivalry between Stone Cold and The Rock, Dwayne squared off with the superhero. Of course, The Rock kicked his ass for the entire match as expected, until Stone Cold's music hit and he came down to the ring. He didn't interfere in the match, but his mere presence allowed Hurricane to roll up The Rock for the stunning victory. And those are 10 times jobbers defeated top WWE superstars. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like and consider subscribing to Wrestling Hub for more list videos. Also, if you have any more matches to add to this list, then let me know down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.